Today I will be going over every single leaked character that was either referenced or is in the files that might be coming to MultiVersus over the next few months. Now there's quite a lot of them, so do sit back and enjoy the rest of the video, as I will not only be talking about the character but also voicing some of my opinions as to not only how they could play but also their possible outfits in the game. But before we fully do that, be sure to subscribe if you're new here. We're on the road to hitting 33,000 subscribers, and also if you're looking forward to just more MultiVersus content, why not subscribe? And also be sure to drop a like on the video, as that does really help it out. Anyway, let's start off, and I'm going to just start off with the DC section of this. I've kind of broken up everything into its own little sections because there seems to be a running theme with some of these characters coming from companies and stuff like that. Anyway, the first one that I want to talk about in the DC section is Poison Ivy. Yes, we will be most likely getting Poison Ivy. I would have suspected that either she would have been coming out with the brand new Harley Quinn season 3 show, but unfortunately she hasn't, and as of right now we don't know anything about her coming out. I'm not entirely sure with these characters, and especially Poison Ivy, if either she's mentioned through a character talking about her or if she's in the actual files, but I think she would be a very interesting character to play as she has the whole thing with the plants. You could probably make some plants grow here and there, maybe make a character stuck in one place, similar to the way Bugs Bunny can kiss someone, as weird as that sounds, and make them stuck in one place. Maybe Poison Ivy could just use her plants and just hold on to a player. That's just something that came to my head. The next one is Static. Now personally, I'm okay-ish of a fan with DC, but Static is one that I'm not entirely sure about. All I know is that their powers involve electricity and maybe something else. It will be a very interesting character to play as if that's the whole idea of it, just using electricity, and you could shock your opponents and stuff like that. I think it will be really cool. The next one is Raven. Now there's more stuff that I know about Raven. She's part of Teen Titans, so there's a possibility that in the future we might just have the whole Teen Titans group, from Beast to Cyborg to even Robin, which is also leaked but not on this list, so might as well just mention him here. Robin is potentially going to be coming out, but as of right now we just don't have enough information about that. But Raven is an actual playable character, and she's most likely going to be coming up very soon, as she has a bunch of files in the game with quotes and stuff like that. You can look them up if you want and just listen to her quotes. I won't be including them in this video because that's just like a risk of copyright. For some odd reason, Warner Bros is just going after everyone that has the tiniest of details. This is just me talking about the game, by the way, Warner Bros, okay? Please don't go after me. And the second last character for DC is going to be Black Adam, and I'm going to assume this is going to release because of the brand new Black Adam movie. Well, not because of, but with the brand new Black Adam movie. That's definitely exciting to see a potential The Rock in the game. Not only does Fortnite have him, but now we might actually have him MultiVersus. We have LeBron James, so that does open up a whole possibility of just, you know, getting celebrities and stuff like that, even though LeBron James is in the game because he was in Space Jam. That's a different story. Hey, give me Don Cheadle, you know? Just give me Don Cheadle. Why not? And the last character for DC is probably one that I'm personally extremely excited for, and that is Joker. I am probably one of the biggest Joker fans ever. Like, ask any one of my friends and they'll probably tell you I'm a bit too obsessed with Joker. Not only do I adore the movie, but just the character itself. So I am extremely excited, and I'm pretty sure he's an actual playable character. There's no quotes, which kind of worries me because he could be pretty far away or they're just not in the files yet, but I'm just really curious who could potentially be voicing him. And as for the outfits, this opens up a whole possibility of stuff. Not only from the animated look of Joker, but to Joaquin Phoenix from the Joker movie, to Heath Ledger, to even Jack Nicholson's Joker. This would just be a dream come true for me. But yeah, that's going to be for the DC section. Now the next one is just one character from Mortal Kombat. Now I'm going to guess we might get two of them, but currently Scorpion is leaked to be coming to the game. As funny as that sounds, we might be able to play as Scorpion in MultiVersus. It's pretty cool because, you know, Scorpion is literally from Mortal Kombat, one of the most famous fighting games out there with like Smash Bros. So I'm just really looking forward to this. Maybe we'll also get Sub-Zero, but as of right now, Scorpion is like one of the only ones that could potentially become a character that we will be playing as. Now moving on to the Hanna-Barbera team, there's only two characters that we know of that are probably going to be coming up pretty soon, and that is Scooby-Doo. We just have to get Scooby-Doo, you know, like, how do we have Shaggy but not Scooby? Come on, where is he? But we kind of knew this for a while that he's going to be coming out, so that's really exciting. And also Fred Flintstone. Yep, Fred Flintstone will be coming to the game. That's pretty cool. and interesting. Anyway, moving on to the Looney Tunes side of things, we are going to be getting Daffy Duck and also Marvin the Martian. Now, the reason I'm jumping over these characters is because like outfit wise and stuff like that, obviously they do have their like in cartoon universe stuff, but I'm not as big of a fan of that. Obviously that's like my childhood for these things, but you know, like I don't know, Scooby-Doo, give him a hat. I don't know, but yeah, Daffy Duck, that's really exciting. The movesets are probably going to be very interesting. And also Marvin the Martian, that's even more interesting. Marvin the Martian is just one of those characters that whenever I was like a kid or a child, whatever you want to call that, it was just always like those characters that I loved, and I'm really excited to play as him. Hopefully he does come out pretty soon. Now moving on to the Cartoon Network side of things, and I know a lot of people really want one thing from Cartoon Network side of things, and unfortunately it isn't on this list. I won't even mention it because that's just gonna start the whole thing. But the first character is Johnny Bravo. That's just another thing where I'm going down memory lane. If you don't know who Johnny Bravo is, you just gotta watch it to understand. That's really an exciting character personally for me to also be playing as. Another one is Powerpuff Girls. Now I don't know if that's just like a mention or if that's going to be an actual character that we'll be able to play as, but Powerpuff Girls will be very interesting because if you think about it, that's 3 characters, and will it be an idea of they kind of just work together where it's like a fair move set, they have a hitbox? That just kind of complicates things because they're pretty small, so in the sense of them being actual normal characters, that would just be kind of very difficult. So maybe they won't be actual playable, but who knows, maybe they'll just make it work. The next one is Samurai Jack. That's another really exciting character to play as. He's just always been one of those badass guys, and you know, getting to play a samurai, and especially Samurai Jack, that would be a nice thing to do. And the last one is probably another one of my number one like most hyped with Joker, and that is Ben 10. Now, if you didn't grow up watching Ben 10, if you're still young, well then that makes sense. Is the Ben 10 show still going? Probably is, but it's just not as good as it used to be back in the day. Now, this is where I can talk a bit about the outfits, because this just opens up a huge possibility. Ben 10's whole idea is that he has a special watch called the Omnitrix, and it like, you know, he presses it and turns into monsters and like superpower stuff. Now, this is where it gets cool, because will this be that you're always Ben 10, or will we have the ability to change into one of the characters as a special move or as a skin? So will I be able to run around as 4 arms as a normal default outfit, or will I be able to just use my Omnitrix and let's say between like 3 different other creature monsters, I don't remember their special names, on Omnitrix monsters, will I be able to turn into them mid-game and just go around and fight as them? That would be really cool. Please make that happen, and please don't make this character just like a mention, just make it happen. He's really cool. Ben 10, hell yeah. The next section is going to be Game of Thrones. So as of right now, there's 2 more characters that we know of that are going to be coming out, and that is Daenerys Targaryen, the queen herself, or well, if you want to look at it a different way, and the Hound. Again, probably not a lot of different outfits you could use, maybe like battle damage. Maybe Daenerys Targaryen has more outfits than the Hound. The Hound just kind of wore the armor all the time from my memory, maybe like hooded up here and there. But yeah, that's really exciting and really cool, because Arya Stark was just such a weird character to add in my opinion. Personally, not the biggest fan of hers. The next 2 characters are from the Lord of the Rings, and I'm also really excited to get a potential just bigger amount of these characters. But the first one is Gandalf. We've known about this one just as long as we've known about Scooby-Doo. I thought it was going to be coming out straight away with the game, but it seems like it's not the case. Gandalf is definitely one that would be fun to use, you know, just running around. You could get Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White, was it? Or just, you know, the white outfit or the grey outfit. That's really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. The next one is Legolas. For some odd reason, he's the other character from Lord of the Rings. Could have just added like a Hobbit, but they went with Legolas, which is a really cool character, don't get me wrong, and it's really exciting to also be able to play as him. Now, this next section, I'm not entirely sure what part of it is. I tried to look into it, and I'm not a huge fan of these 2 things, so I'll just mention them. If you know it, you know it, and you should be probably excited for it. The first one is Craig from Craig of the Creek, something like that. Never watched it. It came out in like 2018. I just kind of stopped watching animations around that time. Well, the cartoon stuff like that. And the next one is Animaniacs. Personally, just never watched it. It didn't come out during like the recent years. It's pretty old. Just never watched it, you know? It was just never my thing. So those are the 2 things that are also potentially going to be playable characters, or at least have been mentioned. And now we get on to the last section, where it's just all one character from multiple different things, but they're owned by Warner Bros. In some kind of way, or at least they have a contract. The first one we're going to talk about is Eleven from Stranger Things. That's really cool in my opinion, just to be able to play as Eleven. Eleven has had multiple different outfits over the shows. Obviously we've had 4 seasons, and she's went from obviously just running around in like a hospital gown or whatever they're called, slightly bald, to just longer hair, to the different themes of the shows. So that's a huge possibility. Definitely playstyle will be very interesting. interesting, using her magic powers. Maybe you can also like freeze enemies and push them away from the map and stuff. Maybe she'll be the next Taz or Finn, who knows. Probably most of these characters will be broken at the beginning. The next one is Gizmo and Stripe. If you don't know what those are, they're basically from Gremlins, and it is saying that it's both of them, not as singular characters, because this goes back to the idea of Powerpuff Girls. So will I be able to play as these characters combined together? Somehow they just work together. I don't know how, but they just work together and they fight stuff. I don't know. Interesting to look forward to that. The next one is the Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz. You know what? Cool. Why not? Then it's a Beetlejuice, another one where I'm like, hell yeah, give me more Michael Keaton. You know what? Just try to get him in. Get him in to voice a character. Why not? Hell yeah, let's go. Come on, Beetlejuice. Come at me. And the last three characters are just joining the Joker and Ben 10 section of everything for me because I am super excited for them. The first one is Godzilla. Now we have the Iron Giant, so that's really cool. We can get big characters up in here, but as of right now, Godzilla is the only one that we know of that is also coming out as a big character. I don't know Godzilla. That's just like another huge possibility of outfits. You have the most recent one, you have the very old one, you have the like 90s or whatever it was, the terrible like dinosaur looking one. It's just once again a huge possibility of really great looking character outfits and just play style using Godzilla's special heat ray, and just, you know, that adds in the possibility of getting Kong, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be coming out, but as of right now, Godzilla is the most likely one that will be getting first. Hell yeah, give me some Kong versus Godzilla up in here. Oh my god, you'll be able to recreate it. The next one is a Lego character, and people theorize that it's going to be Emmett from the Lego movie. Any kind of Lego character is already such a cool thing to think about. Just being able to play as a Lego character in a fighting game. I know that there's a Lego fighting game coming out, but this is different. You know, this is like Warner Bros. You have Batman, you have Shaggy. I should have not probably mentioned Batman because he's like in the Lego movie and stuff like that. Just getting to play as a Lego character is super exciting, and I'm really looking forward to that. And the last character, one that I know a lot of people won't really care about, but for some odd reason I just have a special spot for, and I'm really excited for, and that is Ted Lasso. You know what? I think he's like my #1 most excited, because Ted Lasso, if you don't know, it's a show on Apple TV Plus, and it's just a really wholesome show that kind of is also extremely funny and also serious. And Ted Lasso is probably one of the nicest people I have ever seen in a show or a movie. He just always can put a smile on your face. The actor just does a phenomenal performance, and just to be able to play as a soccer coach or football coach, whatever you want to call it, it's just really exciting. Like, I don't know, just him with his little mustache fighting characters. And also another honorable mention that is 100% going to be coming out, but probably not for a while, is Walter White. And the reason I say that is because that character is being memed so much into existing in MultiVersus that at this stage, I feel like they'll just embrace that meme, get some kind of deal, and get us some Walter White up in here. And maybe Gus up in here as well. You know what? Give me more Gus in MultiVersus and Walter White. Hell yeah, let's go. They're not leaked, but I just felt like mentioning them because why not? That's going to be for the video. This was a pretty long one. I went over quite a few characters, and if you're worried that, oh, my character isn't leaked that I want to come into the game, this is most likely for the next half a year or a year, since there's rumors that we're going to be getting new characters every 2 weeks. Starting from next week on, as of the making of this video, we're going to be getting Rick and then Morty, and then maybe even more characters as we go on, because that's going to be pretty cool to just get all these characters in. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to drop a like on the video, and I will see you guys in